Well, welcome to the summer series of All the Everything podcast. I'm Billy,
Yes.
and I'm here with my best bud, Mr. Tim Sawhook. What's going on, my
Woohoo!
man?
Oh, all the things and none of the things all at the same time. Just,
That's right.
normal life, normal business, normal podcasting stuff going down. Very excited about it. Let's talk a little bit about the summer series. Like
Summer,
that's a new
summer,
thing, right?
summer.
You,
Yeah,
Billy
that
didn't come
is.
in with episode blah blah blah. And
Right.
so what we're gonna do is we know people's schedules are off in the summertime. This is well documented in analytics for podcasts and things like that. And we have a ton of really good episodes we've already recorded. So we're gonna save a little bit of those until we kind of get back to school, Billy. And what are we gonna be
Mhm.
doing in the meanwhile?
Well, we're going to be having some fun this summer with some lighthearted, just summertime episodes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
There
yeah. I mean, it
we
was
go.
as simple as that. Yeah. No, we do have some fun summer-related episodes, like Billy said, for you. Again, just to make sure you have something every week and listen to it at your leisure. Anyhow, this is our kickoff of that, and we're really excited to get into it.
We kicked off the summer this last week. I took the girls
Yeah,
to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and
yeah,
gosh, we had a great trip. We went there last year,
yeah.
and I got to go hike this one trail last year. It was my bucket list thing to do because
Hmm.
it's something I did when I was a lot smaller. It was a pretty intense hike up to a beautiful waterfall. So at that time, was down maybe like 75 pounds on this weight loss
Hmm.
journey, and I was able to do that, and I was super excited. So I was going to go back this year, after another year of progress,
Right.
and do the hike again to see. But I get there, and this particular trail is closed for the year.
No.
They are
Oh man.
revamping it and stuff. I was like, oh dang it. So we just went and found another little small waterfall, nice little easy hike, just to get out in the woods. We did see another bear, which was
Yeah.
awesome. So every time Chloe's gone hiking, we've run into bears. So that's pretty exciting for her. We had a great time. This one was a really special trip because, like I said, last year I was down maybe 75 pounds when we went, but I was
Right.
still too big to do all the things that I really wanted to do. Like I was too heavy to ride a mountain coaster,
Hmm.
and all these different things. And this year I was like, oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I'm definitely within the weight class to do that.
Nice.
And so one night we went. Lily stayed back with grandma in the hotel, and we went to Alpine Mountain Coaster
Hmm.
at night. So they have all these like LED lights going up it and stuff like that. And
Oh, that's
uh,
cool.
and as I'm going up, I remember seeing this one video on TikTok, right? Like as they're going up the mountain, these huge bears come out, like on the side, like right when you're
Hmm.
going up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like I'm on a sushi buffet for these bears. If you ever gone to those restaurants that have like the little boats or the little trains that have the sushi going, I was like,
You just grab
that's
and
what
go. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I felt like. And I was like, sure enough, I was like, oh, thankfully no bears, but I got to experience that, and Chloe did awesome. Chloe doesn't like roller coasters, but
Yeah.
she rode it with her mom and had the picture had the biggest smile on her face. I was so proud of her. Some other things that we got to do. We went to the Pigeon Forge Snow, which was like this inner tube sledding kind of thing where you just keep going.
Yeah.
You get an hour and you get an inner tube and you just get to go. That thing was so much fun.
I saw your video of it, and then Michelle's POV of going down that slide. That was so
Yes.
fun.
Oh my gosh. Like to be able to do that, like, because when you're over, when you're almost 500 pounds, sitting up and sitting down, and like getting up and like that low is just impossible.
Right.
And just to be able to do that, but not only do that, but to do that quickly and easily and not in pain and stuff like that was,
Right.
I mean, it was like I'm checking these lists off, right? I'm just
Mhm.
like, and I'm like, I'm getting like, oh, I'm really amped. I'm getting to live life and stuff like that. And this trip was really special in that regard because
Mhm.
I wasn't able to do it for so long. Um, but we we did a lot of really fun things. We went to the island, which is this like big entertainment district, I guess. We ate at Paula Deen's
Yes.
restaurant.
What'd you guys have? What'd you
We
eat?
got okay. So what did we get? We got the meatloaf because you get to pick three mains and four sides. So
Yeah.
we got the meatloaf, the chicken and dumplings, and the beef tips and rice. That was
Wait a
our
minute.
three
Wait a minute.
mains.
You didn't get the fried chicken?
Well, there was a reason because
Okay.
we did the Hatfield McCoy dinner show and the Pirate dinner show, which also features fried chicken. And
Oh,
so
so you had your share.
we had our share of fried chicken throughout the trip.
Understood.
Otherwise, I know Paula Deen's like fried chicken, but it was
Yeah.
just like so much fried chicken and stuff. And so we,
All her
we
other food is really good there too, though.
yeah, yeah. Oh, and it was all great. Got the mac and cheese. We got what else? Mashed potatoes, cream corn, all the fixins.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't she have like really good biscuits too?
Oh, yes, those
Okay.
biscuits were amazing. I only had one because, like I said, I'm on a weight loss journey. But
Wow.
I'm happy to say that I got home and I stepped on the scale and I didn't gain any weight, which I was okay with. Because you're on vacation, I'm not gonna be like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, but I'm eating food that I normally wouldn't and stuff like that. But
Right.
you got to have that time as long as you just don't like go crazy, like eat a whole thing of this. And when it's all you can eat stuff like that, you don't want to waste it on the bread, even though it's
No.
delicious,
No,
because
no, no.
you want to make your money. And yeah, so yeah, we did that. Oh, and then one day we just wanted to do an escape room. And so we went to Escapology in Pigeon
Yeah.
Forge, and we did this pirate themed. No, we did this Lost City themed
Okay.
escape room. Loved it. And then they were like, okay, since you do that, if you come back within like the next 3 days, you get 50% off. And we're like, well, shoot, let's do it. We'll do it in a couple hours. And so we booked a pirate themed escape
Yeah.
room and did that. And then I was like, dang, these things are so much fun. We were rocking it. We're doing
Did
so
you guys
good.
make it out?
Oh yeah, we
Okay.
made it out. Plenty of time. And then I was like, gosh, they had this Batman one that I really wanted to do,
Oh, that's
like
cool.
licensed by DC and stuff like that. And
No
so
way.
I was like, Michelle, I was like, after we put Lily down, like she'd
Yeah.
go to bed with like grandma. I was like, can we go back and me, you, and Chloe go do the Batman one at night? So we did
Mhm.
3 escape rooms that night or that day and stuff. And we escaped. We saved this Gotham City. We
How was the Batman one?
the
Was it pretty
Batman
cool?
it was so cool. That one was difficult. Like it's a puzzle one, they're all
Yeah.
puzzles, but that one make you think. But Chloe did awesome. Lily did great on the ones. She got upset when she found out we went when she was asleep. She's like, next time
Oh.
I go, I'm gonna go to do Batman. I was like, you were tired and you were, it's Batman. We'll take you to another one. It just but she found out that we went, but but
Was
we
it
had a
big
great
sister
time.
who told her?
Well, they give you bracelets every time you
Oh,
complete it, and
I
she saw the
gotcha.
Batman bracelet, and we're not gonna lie to her or anything,
It
but
was over after that. Yeah.
yeah, but she didn't get super super upset. She handled it really well, and I was like, yeah, babe, we'll do it, next time we go. So we'll see.
Yeah. We'll do it next time. We'll see you in like 3 years. Unless you go back every year. I don't know.
Right.
Uh, then okay, that sounds fun. I saw all your
Yeah.
pictures. Yeah, Gatlinburg is a fun time, right? I mean, people crap on it and say, it's this, that, or the other. But when you go and you do the hiking, you get out and do
Mhm.
fun little things you never could do around your house. It is still fun. It's just all the bonding. Is
It
what's pretty
was.
cool.
Oh man, we had a great time. So
Yeah.
what you been up to, man?
What have I been up to? Everything, man. It's been we've actually been home for like 3 weeks going on, which
Right.
is a miracle for us. But I'm getting prepped and ready to go on a lot of business and personal stuff in June. So kicking it off here shortly, we leave for Leslie's early birthday.
Mhm.
Her birthday's June 15th. So, but we're going to be gone through like the 12th, and we're going to St. Vincent and the Grenadines again back at Sandals. I don't know if we talked about this a while ago, about 3 months ago. We were there for a business event. And when we were there, we're like, we have to come back to this place because it's absolutely beautiful and amazing. So we're doing that. And then I come back and I go to a big business conference called GTM. And I have to leave on Father's Day, which kind of sucks. And I have to leave like kind of early, fly out to Palm Springs for that. So just planning all those things coming up, getting ready for that, because of course there's theme nights. One of the nights is the Roaring 20s. So I had to get my kind of Gatsby style outfit together. And then you know what I'm going to be wearing for this next one. The last night is 80s extravaganza. What do you think I'm going to dress up as, Billy?
Are you going as Richard?
Going as Richard Simmons again, baby.
There you go. Yep.
I mean, I can't think of anything better. I have the outfit already. It's legendary. Shorts are too short. You know, Perfect. There's a lot of praying to God. Everything goes well that night. With the shorts.
Everything stays where it needs to stay.
Yeah, exactly. And, I made a mistake last year. It was during that time, and they got the DJ to play "Let's Get Physical," and they wanted me to come up on the stage and do some kind of aerobic type thing,
like the John Travolta kind of.
I don't teach like aerobic type movements, so I was getting up there and trying to do some things, and then you just by default, all these people were yelling at Joe, started doing jumping jacks, and that's when someone said, "No more jumping, just come off the stage."
Oh yeah,
the shorts are too short.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, oh my bad. So anyhow. So getting prepped for that, just a lot of life stuff. It's been nice relaxing at the house after being gone so much. Getting into a nice routine of like just being on your diet and not having to think about deferring for all these different things. So that has been good. Yeah, just excited for a big summer with the kids. And my daughter's working as an intern here. We talked about that before. She's doing well, and it's just good. We're moving forward.
Summertime.
Summertime is my favorite time. I always get so excited. Well, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Are you ready, my friend?
You better believe it. Let's get into all the everything, y'all.
All the everything, we've got it all. We've got it all, small, big or tall. So grab your snacks, sit back, don't stress. Cause Tim and Billy talk about the randomness. Information prone to UFOs will take you where the weirdness goes. It's two guys talking way too loud about stuff that makes no sense, but we're kinda proud.
Well, welcome back to another amazing episode of All of the Everything podcast. As always, I'm one of your co-hosts, Tim Sawhook, and I'm joined by the guy who puts the hill in Hillbilly, Billy Parchman.
Welcome back, Billy in the hill.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Let me do that again. He puts the Billy in Hillbilly.
There we go.
Thank you. I did say that backwards. But I heard it when it came out. Oh, well.
I love it.
Mistakes happen, sir. I'm so sorry.
No, it made it better.
You know, I think why I failed at it is because I kind of planned it in my head when we were talking before. I was like, oh, I can call him Hillbilly. And then since I planned it, instead of being in the spur of the moment, I blew it. So, well, you know, every time I give you an intro, I don't even know where it starts and where it ends. It just,
it just happens.
It just happens.
Makes it magical.
It is magical. Well, today, Billy, tell them what we're talking about.
Well, we're bringing it back, y'all, to those beautiful roulette tables. This is going to be just one of those episodes where we don't know what's going to happen. We're about to find out. We're going to get random questions off this magical app that Tim has. So we don't know what's coming up. So magical. So, yep. Question Roulette Part 2, y'all.
Woo! Woohoo! See, I didn't even know where the who was going to end. I just going to plan my ending before I start from now on. Anyhow, we got great questions. It's from this really cool app that anybody could get on the App Store. It's called 21 Questions, and they have like about 10 or 12 different categories, from things with friends, things with partners, questions after dark, spicy questions, and icebreakers. Would you rather? I know Billy wants to get spicy. Yeah. Maybe I'll give that to you. You and Michelle can have fun with those questions.
There you go.
That would have been really good on that one special episode you did. I'm not going to mention what that is yet. Billy will put that out eventually. But anyhow, I don't even know where I was going. Anyhow, let's get into it, right? Let's just start this bad boy up. Billy, you are up first, sir.
Okay. All right.
So we will. The rules are we both answer the same question before we move on. We'll take turns who goes first. Okay. All right. So let me swipe here. Okay. What's the most uncomfortable thing you've ever done for love?
Ooh, the most
Oh.
uncomfortable thing I've ever done
Mm.
for love. Well, that is a question right there. I'm trying to go through the Rolodex, like just like what things have I done for love?
Yeah, I'm thinking of that
Like,
too. I don't know if they were necessarily uncomfortable.
right? Just like hard things, you know? Like
Maybe hard.
I mean, I did give up careers and
Yeah.
moved, because my wife going through medical school and residency and stuff. We had to move a lot
Right.
in the earlier days. Now we're settled and stuff, but whenever you're trying to build a career, and especially in like your early 20s and stuff, like kind of when you're starting to build a foundation, and you have to uproot and then kind of start over again, and then uproot and start over again.
Yeah.
I did that, which I was happy to do. And stuff like that. I wouldn't call that hard or sacrifice or anything. But I have gone through different things, and I know I'm exactly where God wants me to be now.
Right.
So, but yeah, as far as that, I think that's probably the biggest thing that we've had to do, throughout the relationship. So yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I'm having to
So
move.
yeah, that's a good answer. And as I'm thinking about it says love. It doesn't say love for your wife. It could be love for your children.
It could be, yeah.
Um, so I'm going to go that route since you talked about
Let's do it.
Michelle. I think the most uncomfortable thing is, when we talked about, you can go back and listen to this episode, was becoming a stay-at-home dad. Like, we talked about it on the episode more in depth, so go listen to it.
Mhm.
But I can share that one part was when I did it back in 2004, right around that time frame. Nobody else was being a stay-at-home dad. There were no other dads out there in the game doing these things. It wasn't on TV shows and blah blah blah. So it was very hard because I remember when I was talking about it with Leslie, I kept thinking, what would my dad think? Like, a
Right.
man's supposed to work. He should have a job, and he shouldn't be staying home with kids. And that's all backwards thinking, obviously, but it's things you think about in the moment, like, what are people going to say? What are people going to think? All that kind of stuff. So that was very uncomfortable for me. And
Yeah.
again, if you go back to the podcast, I will talk about that was literally the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh,
Having
yeah.
that time with my kids, growing up with them before they were in school. So,
Absolutely.
but that would be mine.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, yeah, fantastic. And
Whew.
stuff. Yeah. There you go. That was deep. It was deep.
Man, they took us deep from the get-go.
Yeah, right.
It happens with random questions.
I know. Oh, what we got next? What we
All
doing?
right, let's get on to something better, hopefully. Who or what do you always make time for? Again, a deep question out of the get-go. So that's me first this time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez. I would say wife and family.
Mhm.
It's very important to make time for them, especially with being an empty nester. It's just you and your spouse left when everyone's gone. So you got to be even more intentional. We've always been intentional about doing things together, but even more intentional about being there in that moment and making time for each other, because we work together. We're in the same house together all the time. And so, of course, we're together, but doing things outside of the norm, I think, is the biggest thing. And always making time for your spouse for those kind of things.
Yeah. No, I think that's where it's at. Like, when we got married, our pastor that married us, what did he say? He gave us some, like, during his sermon while we're just standing there, like, he gave like this 20-minute sermon. I'm like, oh, let's just get this over with. But he did say, date weekly is what he said.
Okay.
And so we always joke to say we're going to date daily, just kind of like an inside joke.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff like that. It's hard when, you have little ones.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff like that. I'm thankful for my mother-in-law. She comes down quite a bit. I mean, she does live like 3 hours away, but she does come down quite a bit, which allows the time for me and Michelle to kind of maybe one night go out for dinner.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And so, yeah, we try to date as much as we can, or just have that time, because, the girls take a majority of it, and they want their mama too. And, mama goes to work, and they see me all the time, and stuff, because I work from home and stuff like that. And so, especially during the summer, they might get sick of me when they want their mama, but, trying to make time for me and Michelle, or just try to make time for Michelle, just to have Michelle time by herself. That's also super important. on my she's like, I just want to get in the bath, and I'm like having to fight these girls, like, stay away from our room, leave your mother alone, she's taking a bath, like give her 30 minutes without, just let her soak and do her, stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of the two big things is you try to protect that time and stuff like that.
And
yeah,
I mean, that's a great answer. And when kids are that young, man, you have to be creative to have
Mhm.
time alone. You gotta figure it out, whatever it looks like. I remember with our kids when we try to get away for just a night, go to a hotel or go down,
Mhm.
stay downtown and go to a show or something. It's always like negotiating with who could watch the kids. You just don't want to throw them anywhere with some rando
Right.
family,
Oh, yeah.
but you want to somewhere they're gonna have fun, be safe, that kind of thing. So,
Absolutely.
luckily, we both had parents who would step in and take turns of the kids and stuff. I mean, we don't travel near as much back then as we do now, so it wasn't like we were always leaving the kids behind. But the opportunity to be able to have some time away and things like that, got to be creative with it and be very flexible.
Absolutely.
All right, 2 deep questions right from the beginning. All right, please, random question. Here we go. Do your thing. Here we go. Next question. Okay, here we go. A little bit lighter. So, what's the worst / weirdest haircut you've ever had?
Oh, without a doubt.
Uh-huh.
And I hate these pictures, but okay, I have really curly hair.
Yeah.
And back in the early 90s, the old mullet was pretty popular. Or
Oh yeah.
and it's come back a lot too, but I
Oh, it
hated
sure
it.
has.
But my mom loved my curls. But the
Mhm.
thing is, like when you have like this mullet, like it's all business on top, but the party in the back or whatever. But when you have curly hair, it just curls up. And so I would have long hair if you were to hold it down, but it just had these like little curls back here,
Yeah.
on my shoulders. And I hated like seeing pictures of that. And I just, oh my gosh. But yeah, doing that. And then of course the old bowl cut as well was a close second.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So growing up, I was in a family of 7, which I mentioned before. We didn't have money to go to a barber or anything. So my mom always cut everybody's hair. And so those were somewhere I was just at the mercy of my mom, whatever. She did pretty good for the most part, having to do it freestyle. I don't think she was a beautician or barber going into being a mom. But, you figure it out kind of deal. And those were always some kind of creative ones. And then I remember just being a slobby kid growing up, until you start paying attention to girls. My hair was always, because my hair gets super, super wavy when it's thick. So kind of like yours, to the fact where you can't really tame it unless you did like hair products or something. It just kind of looked like a mess. But the one I regret more, and this is with me and with Luke, is when I kind of started my weight loss journey back in the day. To me, when I would see myself to look thinner, I would always get a short haircut because I'm like, you got a good fade and all this stuff. And at that point, I was kind of doing like a buzz, like on the sides. I was, I mean, it was really, really, really short. It was like short of a buzz cut, probably by like 1/8 of an inch or something. But at that same point, I always made Luke do the same haircut.
Oh no.
And he hated it. And at the moment, I thought, like, look, just get this haircut. It's great. You look short hair. You looks good. Now I see back to some pictures of him growing up, and I know how much he hated it. And I really have a lot of regret from that. I feel so bad. Just ran into the microphone because I'm losing my mind here. Sorry about that. I felt so bad because we had so many arguments about his hair, and I'm like, Luke, it looks great, it looks fine. Then I see some of these pictures now. I'm like, oh god, it's just one of those things you can't undo. Obviously, you go back in time and change that.
Dad fell. Yeah,
for sure. Dad fell.
Oh my gosh.
I really feel bad for Luke for that.
I as we're talking more and more, I remember just one more hairstyle. So
go for it.
In the mid 90s, right? This new rapper came on the scene, and he had this bleached blonde hair. Some might know him as Eminem, and so we would always bleach our hair in the 90s. We bought this one hair kit, and my friend at the time we were bleaching our hair at our house, like at my house.
Mm-hmm.
And so he bought this kit, and so he's doing it, and he had some left over. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'll just use this leftover. I'll just do my hair too. but there wasn't enough left of it. And so
Oh
we only
no.
were able to do the very, very top. And so we left this, the bottom part, my normal hair color. And it was just, it was horrible, y'all. It was
Oh,
horrible.
I would
And so
love
I
to see
had,
a picture of that if we could get some of
if
those out
if
here.
I could, I know there was this video, like we made these like these like movies or stuff, like, when we were in the drama club, like in the 10th grade and stuff. And I know there was this movie out there that we made way back in the day. I don't know where it's at, or haven't seen it in 30 years, but I know I had that haircut in that video. I'll have to see if I have any pictures, but it was bad, y'all. It was bad.
It sounds like pretty bad when you run out, didn't have enough left. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Not cool.
And my hair on top was just white as could be. And then, yeah. Oh my gosh.
But I bet you thought you looked cool though.
I thought it was awesome back then, but now I'm like, oh my gosh. What were you
like,
thinking?
why didn't someone step in to save me? I needed a real friend back then to tell me no.
Yeah.
No.
It's because our frontal lobes weren't developed then, and you just do stupid things.
I do debate the fact sometimes where I feel like it's still not fully developed based on stupid things, But us boys are always doing something crazy. Man. Okay. All right. Good answer there, my friend. All right. Swipe away. Okay. Which do you like better, giving or receiving gifts? So for me, going first this time, it's giving. I love giving gifts. I can't get enough of it. I care less if anyone gives me a gift. It's nice when people do, but I just love the planning of it, shopping for it, getting it, and like surprising people because I'm big into surprises. So
yeah.
Anytime I can do something like that for anybody, but especially Leslie and the kids, I love giving gifts so much.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Same. Giving gifts 100%. My only problem is though, I do a terrible job of having to wait to the time to actually give them the gift after I get it. Like
you can't handle the secret.
Yes, I hate it. I'm like, don't you want your present now? Like, just like it's
They're like, it's October, Billy. It's Christmas is still 2 months away.
For Mother's Day, I got Michelle this custom made Star Wars plate that had like her and the girls dressed in Star Wars. It was really cool.
That was cool. Yeah.
And I was going to make it to Mother's Day. I did so good. I had it for like a month beforehand because, like I said, it was custom made and stuff.
Right.
And so it came in. I had put it away. I hid it, and I was going to wait till Mother's Day. But then a week before Mother's Day was May the 4th, and it being Star Wars Day, Chloe and Lily really wanted to give it to her on that day. And so, they gave it to her a week early. But I would have made it to Mother's Day, and I was so proud of myself. But I'm the worst at trying to wait till birthdays or Christmas. Girls and Christmas is fine. I can make, I don't want to ruin Christmas for them.
Right.
But like with the girls, actually, is different. It's more gifts for Michelle because she's adult and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my worst.
Yeah. I'm the same way. When I get them, I do want to give them to them, but I also like surprising them on the day of their whatever birthday, Mother's Day, Christmas, random day in November, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right. Moving along, this is a quick one. Are you more of a cat person or a dog person?
Oh, dog person, without a doubt.
Yes, sir.
Like, there's no question. Like, in fact, Michelle is like deadly allergic to cats. Like, they'll close up her throat, and so we can't go over to any house. No. Yeah, we can't go any houses that have cats. Like, my grandma used to have a cat, and I grew up and lived with my grandparents growing up, and so that's when we went home. That was home, and so it got to the point like we couldn't stay there at the house because the cats were so bad. Like, Michelle would have a problem, like she just would start wheezing and stuff. And like one night she went and just was going to sleep on the bathroom floor in my house that I grew up in because she wanted like a hard floor. So she just grabs this random blanket in this closet but she grabbed the cat's blanket. And
no!
I thought that she was gonna have like need an EpiPen stuff.
Oh my God!
That was the last time that I actually stayed at my house growing up, and that was probably it's been over a decade ago.
Oh wow.
So every time we've gone home, we've gotten a hotel since then, and they don't have cats anymore. But with the girls and everything, and my grandma's house is not childproof, and it has
Oh
all these
God, no.
breakable things. Now that
I
they're
bet.
not like little ones where they're gonna be like as bad as it was, but you get comfortable just having your own place and stuff. So we usually get a hotel when we get home now, and just kind of go over there.
That's smart.
But it's nice that Michelle doesn't have to like sit outside on the porch and just kind of have to be doped up on Benadryl to visit and stuff. So
That's not worth it. Yeah.
Dogs, we love dogs. Dogs make her a little itchy, but nothing she can't handle.
Okay. But you don't have any pets except the goldfish, though, right?
We just have one fish left out of the 4.
Okay.
And that thing is doing awesome. But yeah, we used to have a pug. We love pugs. I know you're a pug person as well.
Oh, absolutely.
But we had to give her to my mom because she was in med school at the time, and I was working like crazy hours, and that poor little puppy would just be by itself. And so we gave it to my mom, and that became my mom's like child and stuff. So yeah, but we love dogs.
Yeah, I'll make it simple. We absolutely love dogs so much.
Yeah.
We had Goldens when we first got married. We had a really amazing Golden named Loomis, which sounds really weird, but he was named after Sam Loomis from the Halloween Michael Myers franchise. I'm such a big horror movie fan, so convincing Leslie to let me name him Loomis was really nice. And then our next Golden after that was named Mickey, which was good. It worked for both of us because Mickey Mouse, Leslie loved Mickey. I did too. And also it was for the Yankees, Mickey Mantle.
Oh yeah.
So
Double
being a big
right
Yankees
there.
fan, yeah, I was winning on both ends. Yeah. But since then, we've had 2 amazing black pugs, Carl and Ellie.
Oh,
named for the Pixar film Up. And talking about being our babies, man, especially now that we're empty nesters. Our daughter's home right now, but usually it's just us. Right. Those are for sure our pug babies. So dogs for sure. We even have a cat, and no shade to the cat, but the dogs are way better. Okay. Oh gosh, this is my turn first. What's your biggest fear? No, we could either go silly or serious. Let's go silly fears. How's that sound?
Silly fears. Okay. Yep.
I mean, number 1's birds. I'm terrified of birds.
It is.
I hate birds. I think they're evil. I mean, I've talked about this many times. Not as many times as Billy has talked about Alabama, but close. We should need to go back and do an Alabama account. No, birds for sure. They creep me out. It looks like they're always out to kill you. I've seen the movies. Just don't like them at all. So that's my irrational, silly kind of fear. And I have a lot of other rando things that freak me out, but I would say the birds by far is the biggest one. What about you?
Silly. I lived my biggest fear over a year ago. That was the announcement of Coach Nick Saban retiring.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I say birds. He says Alabama.
Yeah. That's, I mean, I'm happy Coach is doing awesome. He just won an Emmy, which is amazing. And he's still part of the community.
What did he win the Emmy for?
For a game day of announcing.
Oh, game day announcing. Okay.
Yeah. And stuff. And so he won an Emmy, and he's still in town a lot. I mean, he just bought this huge, like $17 million mansion on the beach in Florida on a golf course. But they're building Nick's Kids Foundation up here now, this huge kids center that's going to be taking over our science and hands-on museum for kids, which is going to be amazing. But yeah, that was a hard pill I knew at some point in life it was going to happen. And
yeah,
dang it did.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
But we got a great coach, and so, but we had Coach Saban. You know what I mean?
All right. We're moving on. I'm just kidding. Okay, you're up first on this one. Let's
oh my gosh,
we got. Okay, it's a little bit longer. All right. If you could ask any person any question which they had to truthfully answer, who and what would you ask? So basically, you can ask any person any question you want, but they have to truthfully answer the question. Who and what's your question? Yeah, that's a tough one.
Man. Okay. I'm trying to think. Okay, I'm kind of going conspiracy theories on this one, right?
Oh, I like
Like,
that. Yeah.
like try to find out like what conspiracy theory do I want to know the actual answer to? Like
I like
maybe
that angle.
I want to know if I know that we've had a whole episode on this, but
Hmm.
I want definitive yes or no. Do we know for a fact? Have we ever? Do we have like a little green man locked up in some kind of freezer
Yeah.
somewhere on this earth? Do we have like not just like seeing things in the sky,
Hmm.
different things that can't be explained? Have we actually talked to aliens before, face to face? That's what I want to know. There we go.
I like that one.
Hmm.
Aliens is a good one. Conspiracy is a good one. I'm going
Yep.
to follow you right in your footsteps. I'm going to ask about the JFK assassination. I need to know
Yep.
more. There's more. I know they supposedly shared all these documents with us, but they were all kind of crap and
Right.
everything was
And
redacted. And so,
exactly. Yeah.
so what's the point of sending out redacted information? It's basically like just a
Exactly.
paper with no information on it, but some
Yeah.
markers striking it out. Yeah, for me, it's the
Ugh.
JFK thing. That always fascinated me. We had a teacher named Mr. Yates back in high school. He would do a whole, I guess, quarter all about the JFK assassination.
Wow.
Like he broke it down like every week or day or I forget what it was. But I was fascinated from the way he told it, and then all the things you read growing up and see, and it just there's more out there,
Yeah. Absolutely.
and I want to know. So
What is it?
tell us. Good answers, Billy.
Thank you.
Let's see. Where in the world would you most like to live, and why haven't you moved there?
Oh man.
So that's me first, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Now, if I had to think about, right now we have a business that we run out of our home, right? So everything is on every supplier that we work with is our home address for the business and correspondence and all that stuff. If I didn't have to think about that, like, oh, what would it look like if we moved here and whatever,
Right.
I would say for the places that I've been in the world so far, I would like to live in Greece. It's
Ooh.
beautiful. Food's great. I mean,
Mhm.
culture, everything that's there that we've done. We've been there 2 times, so I have more than just a one-time experience. And
Right.
it really it's amazing. I love the culture there. It's so fun. And you're surrounded by some of the most beautiful views. And different
Mhm.
places you stay. So I would say Greece. I would love to move there and really enjoy that.
That's awesome. Man, I've always said that if I could move just somewhere that I've been that's just been amazing, that I love, that I fell in love, Dingle, Ireland.
Dingle, Ireland.
Dingle, Ireland. Man,
Tell me more about Dingle.
this little village is well, right there is they filmed. Do you remember the mountain that Rey climbs up and finds Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
That's in Dingle. You have all those
Oh,
like
okay.
little like wooden, like kind of like not wooden, like stoned looking ant, like they're like little houses and stuff. But yeah, that's all
Right.
in Dingle. So you have this historic, but it has this like charming little like Irish village with the pub, and they have their music, and it's just like people
Yeah.
riding bikes around, and it feels amazing out there, and it was like a really cool place. And I was like, I could see having like a little house right here, and just it be
Yeah.
as happy as could be.
Yeah. That's
But
cool.
yeah, there you go. Dingle, Ireland is my vote.
Dingle, Ireland, everybody. Keep that in your mind if you're
Yep.
looking to go somewhere off the beaten path.
There you go.
Go check out your Dingle. All right. I'm sorry, that was too easy. Dadjokes.com. All right.
Yep.
Here we go. What would other people say that you own too many of, Billy?
Oh my gosh. What don't I own too many of? I'm just looking
I
at
know. That's what I'm thinking right now, too.
like, okay, let's just
But
take y'all on a little tour here.
Let's just say Michelle sitting down with you and says, Billy, you got that's a good collection.
Yeah.
You have too many of this. You need to cut it down. What would she say?
Just kind of go over here just as well. Like,
Yeah.
here's the problem. For those that are listening, I just showed like my background, like my bookcases and stuff. Let me get my camera right back.
Yeah, you have to check it out if you've never seen his background. It's really cool, especially a little tour he gave us. Thank you.
Yeah, I have all this Disney memorabilia, Star Wars. I absolutely love collecting all this kind of stuff. And it's hard when you're a almost 42-year-old adult,
Yeah.
and you collect toys, and then you have a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old that want to come in, and your toys aren't quite like their toys, because they play with them, and like I display them. And that, I said this before, I had bought like a Baby Yoda doll that came out like
Oh
when
yeah.
The Mandalorian first came out, and it came in
Mhm.
the mail, and Chloe, just before I could put it on my shelf, that was her doll. That was her baby brother. It was hers. And God bless her. She loved that doll and still
You even
does.
said that made it into a lot of pictures she would draw
Oh
about
yeah.
family, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Family. Yeah. Baby brother was always in the family portraits that she would draw.
Got it.
And yep. And so, yep. But yeah, I have a lot of Disney memorabilia, which I love and probably won't stop doing. So that's what I got.
I love it. If you were to ask Leslie or my kids, they'd probably give a variety of answers because I tend to like go all in on things that I like. I'd say number one is coffee mugs. I'm
Okay.
obsessed about getting mugs when we go to places. No, I'm not gonna
Sure.
get every crappy mug you see on the shelf. Like I like to get like really cool ones.
Right.
And I tend to like them a little bit bigger, not like the little tiny coffee cups, And I have so many coffee mugs. I mean, everybody uses them, but it's to the point where you can't even see. Like they're so far back on one shelf. We have them on 1, 2, 3 shelves, and like underneath, Leslie has a big, like, really cool wine cabinet in another room, and there's some shelves under there, and there's even mugs in there that I haven't seen in forever, right? Because I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
want to throw them out. I just have too many. But every time we go somewhere, I want to get another mug because they're like
Right.
they're memories for me, right? Of places
Yep.
we've been before and things. I got sports ones. I have one for our podcast, that coffee mug. I've got just things that mean things to me. I hate to get
Right.
rid of them. So that'd probably be the number one thing they would say. The second one would probably be, as I'm looking around, I don't even want to say it. My bourbon. I have a
Oh.
lot of bourbon, and they'd probably say that you have too many of that. And then I also am addicted to t-shirts. Because again, I get them from places we go,
Mhm.
stuff we do, and then I also, since I have my little crafting thing back there, I can
Yep.
make my own T-shirt. So I
Yep.
have way too many T-shirts, but I have a hard time giving any of them up. So
We like what we like.
that's
We
Thanks for saying that, Billy.
Yeah, we like what we like. Yeah, we got to the point where we had to stop buying coffee cups as well because we did, but we just don't have the space. And it's like,
Yeah.
and you
Oh,
get to
I
the point
forgot to
where
tell you what we did. We did this before because we had too many. So what we did is we got all the mugs out from all the cabinets and we put them on our island, and we did a March Madness bracket thing where we put them head to head.
oh my
And
gosh,
the ones we got down to, we would have to eliminate. Now, we were happy to go to. We had like each of us could have like a save where you couldn't. Like if
sure,
someone says get rid of it, you're like, no, that's staying no matter what.
yeah,
But we put the cups head to head. It wasn't like a bracket breakdown, one cup left. It was like put these two head to head, and then like one had to go, one had to stay. So I think we're due for another bracket type.
oh my gosh.
I shouldn't even said this on the podcast. Now Leslie's gonna want to do it.
Oh,
Dang it.
now it's happening.
Oh, dang it. All right. Well, it is what it is.
It is. That's what we say.
All right. So we're to our final question of today for Question Roulette. And so this one seems like a funny one. So if you
Okay.
went to a store, what 3 items could you buy that would make the cashier very uncomfortable? 3 items to make the cashier uncomfortable. Now,
Yep.
let's start with this. It all depends on the cashier, right? So you have to
Yeah.
kind of go through and look who's the cashier. You get the older cashiers; they've seen it all. They just want you to check, and go and get out of here.
Get out of here.
I
Yeah.
got 50 other people I got to check out. I'm not worried about what you're buying. Then you have like the young teenage girls who are working the cashier, are young guys too at our local store, because they hire people like at 15, 16 years old at Kroger locally, and so you usually have young people. So I'd say you have to find a teenage boy, right?
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm going with. All right, and so what I would pick is I would pick a huge box of tampons.
Okay.
A teenage boy, right?
Okay.
I also would get the largest bottle of lube I could find there in the store. And then maybe Oh, you know what? I might take off the first one. Take off the tampons. That's fine. I think that's more uncomfortable for me to buy than the guy checking it out. So I'm taking it back. First is the lube. Second is duct tape. And third is like a Lone Ranger mask. That's all I'm going to go with. Just a little black mask only. The lube and the duct tape. That is my answer. I didn't get a chance to think this through. There's probably more uncomfortable things you could go with, but I'm just thinking that local grocery store, not like a hardware store. Or I guess you can pick any store you want, really, I suppose.
Right.
What about you, Billy?
Okay, this is what I'm doing, right? I'm going to Lowe's, and I'm bringing these products with me, and I'm going to go through the checkout line.
Oh, God, what are you getting?
Like, all right, so just find just some random person, but we're going through the checkout line. I'm going to have like a year supply of hemorrhoid cream. Let's just go with that.
Okay.
All right, at the Lowe's. And then we could go with a cardboard cutout of Zac Efron.
Okay. Do they sell these things at Lowe's?
No. That's what makes it so funny. And then And then I'm gonna go with. They sell this. So when I worked at Hibbett Sports, let me just how I know this product. I've never actually personally bought. I'm just giving this disclaimer. One of the employees that worked for me, she had this. It was like this edible like nipple wax that she said, like, don't judge me. I use this because it's awesome for your lips, is what she would say. Like she would put it on her lips, but it was like this you get at a store, like a specialty store, and stuff. And so I'm gonna try to check that out and just see what they said. So
let's recap that. We're gonna start with year supply of hemorrhoid cream.
Yep.
Zac Efron cutout, and then edible nipple cream.
Yep. Yeah, at Lowe's.
Oh, wow.
Or Home Depot if I'm feeling feisty.
Yeah, this makes me think that you put a lot of time into this question, like way before this was even brought up, Billy. I think that would definitely do it. So I think you beat my order.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think my order might be the one most likely that you'll call the police about. Yours would definitely just be the most random one.
Random. Okay. Yep. There you go.
Oh man, that was good. That was a fun episode. I love doing these. I feel like we could go back and forth forever on these, but we can't do that for every episode, Billy.
That's right.
I do want to say something though. We've been putting out there for weeks and weeks and weeks about giving gift cards away for new reviews from Apple Podcasts, and we have a brand new one, and we have a winner, Billy.
Woohoo!
All right, let's give it up to Georgia Bergen. She is the one who put us our newest review. It was very nice, and she wins a $25 Amazon gift card. So, congratulations, Georgia.
You see, we weren't lying. If you put a review, if you go to Apple Podcasts and write a review, you could easily get a $25 gift card.
You're getting paid, so make it happen, Captain.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah. So
by
the time you hear this, you have already received your gift card a little bit ago.
Yeah.
But congratulations nonetheless. I wanted to put that out there. We still do that, and we will still continue to do that.
That's right.
But put that review, Billy, and also have their friends blast us on social media, right?
That's right. If you put a post out there, just tag us in it. Hype up the podcast on social media, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Hey, we take a picture of that and we'll do a drawing as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Money.
Well, thanks guys for joining us today. This was a super fun episode. It was good to get with Billy behind what? The microphone? That's what the word I'm looking for. It's nice to get with Billy behind the microphone again and get out some fresh content. It's part of our summer series. So excited to bring that to you. And like I said, thank you for joining us, and we can't wait for you to join us next time for another amazing episode of All to Everything podcast. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, y'all.